putting Brian Brolamy not far AT sitting in that pack as well. Senna slowly making his way up and bringing that next pack of cars in with him as well. So this could get even more spicy once this next pack, if they join as well. And I think
Alright, apologies for that. Hopefully we're back. So a couple of little issues. So
stream stopped.
and we will
Back.
Alright, so hopefully we should be good now.
Medi, he got back. Oh, Medi got back past Senna, and then Senna's going back again. And then Medi goes down the inside. Can he hold the line? But Senna's going to get the line onto the inside line to the next turn. So Medi will just sit back and relax. Oh, Senna gets well sideways. Almost lost it completely there. He did well to keep control of that. But now Medi's going to be right on the back of him, but no DRS for a couple more corners yet. But I'd say Medi's lap 8 coming to lap 8, so those hards will be starting to work now. Hards always take good 4 or 5 laps to bar a couple of hards ever, because they are not fun. But yeah, let's see what Medi can do. Obviously, he's not going to have the DRS. Will Medi choose to make the move here, or he's going to wait till the next straight? Let's see if he goes for it. He does go for it. Down the inside, and gets the job done. Moves up into P7. eBay boy has a little look at Senna, but didn't quite have the exit he was looking for. Will Senna go back through again? They're going to swap around. Medi's going to have the inside line. I think Medi's going to keep this one. Senna tries to do the old switcheroony. Doesn't quite, but he's right on the back there. As he it's not the place to be making a move, so he just bides his time, bit of patience. That's what it's all about. Just let Medi pull away by a couple of tenths. eBay boy just sitting behind him on those softs, now 9 laps old. So I would say those softs are probably going to start to fall off the cliff in the next few laps. And he's probably going to be looking to go hards to the end, would be my guess. Hards will probably do 19 laps quite easily, barring a late incident or anything like that. So Medi, and we've got Brian, just got moved down on NATO. NATO and Brian just swapping positions there. Brian well up the road now. So the top 4 just pulling out of that DRS by a couple of tenths. So just starting to split into a few packs now, the top 4.
Yeah, I'm on board with the
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with the massive battle that we're seeing from P7 over the last couple of laps, and it's Medi at the front. This is getting dicey now, and as I said, this is doing is just costing the time to the top 6, and thankfully we haven't seen a car spin around as of yet.
Time. Yeah.
So I think they've worked themselves out a little bit. Obviously top 6, top 6 in their own train as well.
Big snap there from eBay boy. Forward right on his ass now. It's gonna dive down the inside, thinks twice about it, pulls back into the line, gets a nice run out of the turn, right into the slipstream. It's going to get the DRS open. I think eBay boy probably might be trying to squeeze him, but leaves him the space. Gets down the inside. No, they're going to go too wide through the chicane. Then I get the worst camera angle in the world. And he holds it off for now. But 10 laps in, those softs are going to be starting to hit a cliff pretty soon, I would say. As eBay's got Granny on him as well now.
Position
Okay,
8.
look, he's not quite close enough to go down the inside.
I was going to say position.
Granny flashing though, so.
I was going to say position at the front as well, changing. So Letter P and Dark and Shadow still swapping it over. So again, two big packs.
For the 1000th time.
Yeah, so we've seen Swiss Lord make a stop in the last couple of laps onto the medium compounded tyre. Sam and Jerobot obviously still out there. Our only retirement is Marty B. So, and looks like, hopefully for you guys, the stream's running a little bit smoother than what it was about 2 minutes ago. But on board, or following Letter P down the DRS straight, coming into the chicane, and Letter P looking good. I will have to have that up now because I don't have anything else running in the background, but you can see Letter P still not doing too bad in terms of ERS, as we see all 5 drivers behind him with DRS activated into turn 9, and that is a position retained from the Letter P. We surely shouldn't be too far away as Senna gets past Medi for P7. You figure those hards on Medi's car would actually start feeling alright, but just not quite happening.
No, so I wonder if it's hasn't quite got the right setup. Maybe he's gone a bit too low in the wings and all the opposite way around. Be interested to know. Like you said, some people are going to go for low, some are going to go for the high. We've got eBay boy coming into the box now to get off those softs. He's going to go mid, he's going to go hard. Meant to be a push from here. Still quite a few laps to go.
Yeah, we'll come here.
See what he goes on.
Goes medium, so feels like the soft medium can work.
So.
To be fair, if you go 12 laps on softs, you should be right 12 lap on medium. Get 17 laps on mediums.
Yeah,
and as
Prattman starting last up to P11 currently, so.
Yeah, as
I've seen race before, so new to me.
And goes down the inside of Granny, up into P10 from the rear of the field. We did see Callie and NATO swapping positions as well, P5, P6. And NATO gets the job done, so I think these two have just lost DRS, unfortunately. And so we've still got the top 4. These two sort of need to work together to close back up, as surely not around the outside. No, Kelly. I didn't think he'd have the speed around the outside, so we'll sit back. Medi still stuck in this center train.
So we've got Brian
Center in
into the box.
Yeah, center Buster in.
Wow.
Undercut, you'd imagine, would be very powerful around here, so need to get coming for some clear air and take advantage of it.
If there's no, if this just goes straight forward race, Brian's sitting pretty good at the moment in that pack, sitting on those
he's doing well.
He's just not quite out of the DRS, but he's trying. Plenty of battery, not as much battery on board, but he's got a bit there.
A bit of a slide from Dark and Shadows, but will still be within DRS to the run to turn 9. So Buster is the first car that has made their compulsory pit stop. So we'll just keep an eye on that. As they're down in P10 and they're not too far away from the Battle Cat. So we've actually got some clean air to use as Granny and Bang Swapping positions down at the chicane. We'll keep on that battle because I think that's going to be the next potential position change. No, Granny does hold into turn 9. As we do have one of our race leaders in Dark and Shadows and Nado following through. So Dark and trying to get the undercut, hard ties, and Callie. Does the Red Bull get held? No. I thought that might have been a chance with the Williams coming in. As Dark and Shadows will lead. Where is Buster in all of this? Coming into turn number 1. You see the pit exit underneath the track. Oh, Buster goes wide. That's a warning for sure. As Dark and Shadow comes out of the pit lane. Is he ahead of Buster? No, he's not.
Oh,
that's a second and
Buster's
a half.
pulled off a nice one there.
Yeah, and that's a big warning sign for the letter P, who will have to come in at the end of this one to make sure that they do not fall behind or too far behind. They need to still be within DRS range, you'd imagine, as eBay Boy and Senna fighting side by side. Senna was at the start. Senna was at the front of that second tray. eBay was sort of in the mid-pack, but eBay on the medium tyres. We'll see how quickly he can push away. Nader's on the soft tyres as well.
That is, I wonder if he's made a boo-boo there.
That's a long way, 15 laps. You would have taken the mediums, and a couple more laps if you go sauce. But maybe he's comfortable with his tyre wear as we go side by side with eBay and Senna. As we go into a 10 and 11, a little bit of contacts, and is trying to keep his nose in there, but has to give up the position. eBay Boy up into P9. Letter P and Medi are in. You'd imagine Brian will have to be in at the end of this lap if he doesn't want to lose too much time to try and catch up on those medium tyres. As the 14 lap on the mediums, they should be right. Buster coming around, actually has Letter P's teammate, so Battlecat might be doing an absolute play. You could just see how slow Battlecat was, and that's absolutely worked to perfection. Letter P back up front. That's Mark. That's great teamwork there. Battlecat was very slow through turn 2. You could.
Held up Darkened as well.
Yeah, but obviously Letter P does not have DRS, so Buster will actually take the lead. But Letter P in a great position, so top 3 now. So great call from Buster to do the undercut, and he might have 2 lap older hard tyres than the Letter P, but it gives him a good chance to be in contention. Problem is, I think Letter P with DRS should send the move up the inside around turn 9 and gets the job done. But Buster's in this, so we can't count him out. We also have to remember Brian has yet to make his pit stop, coming around the final corner and stays out. I'm thinking Brian might try and get this to maybe a set of softs, maybe a late safety car. Only have to do 1 pit stop. Pratt Van is in off the medium tyres and just barely pulled that up. I thought he was going to speed in there, but pulling up nicely. No penalties as well, as you can see on the board at the moment. So great job for the guys.
Very impressive.
Battlecat's done his job, so he's going to come in for a fresh set of medium tyres. So eBay Boy up into P6, so everyone apart from Brian has made their mandatory pit stop. And Brian's got about a 15-second lead, so he will lose some positions, but he'll be rapid on those medium tyres. Or you'd imagine maybe soft tyres. It's interesting to know. Buster will get DRS, but I think Dark and Shadows, realises he needs to be the second car in the train to have any chance of...
Letter P and Darken both up to P2 and 3. Buster down to P4 now. So 14 seconds behind Brian in the lead, who on 15 lap old hard tyres.
As Senna and eBay Boy, these two are still fighting. We've got a yellow flag. That's collision in the chicane. I think it was potentially Bang and Swiss Lord, I think.
So, yeah.
So, not sure that. Brian's finally in.
The box.
I thought they might have delayed a little bit longer, maybe go soft tyres. May still go soft tyres, actually. We'll wait and see. I'm seeing eBay Senna on mediums, so we'll have a little bit of work to do. And Merck, he's up the far end of the pit lane, so you can see the guy's already passing him. So Brian's going to lose quite a lot of positions here, and he might actually be behind Senna. He does not want to get involved in this battle pack. On board with Senna. Do we see Brian coming out of the pit lane? No, Brian is in the worst possible position. He's got traffic. He needs to start making moves on these guys. Down the inside, horses, Cali wide. Nice job from Brian. He'll get there. He needs to make these mediums work. He needs to get past this lot. He's flashing. Does he send the move down on the McLaren? Does he make it 3 wide? Down the inside, he pulls it up and rubbing alongside Senna, gets forced wide. Might have picked up a warning for that, but maybe able to get that removed. Ryan needs to get past Senna, but you can see his battery flashing. We could see potentially 3 wide again. The McLaren of eBay Boy around the outside. Brian holds the inside quite nicely, and Brian needs to get a move on in this last sector to avoid having to try and cover the guys under DRS again. But that was spicy from Brian, and he needed it to be. So lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
That would have been even. If he'd pulled that double overtake, that would have been pass of the year, I think.
Nearly worked. There was a little bit of contact, but you can just see the big train behind him as well, so he desperately needs to break that. Medi in P9 on the medium compounded tyres, fastest lap. So at the moment where it stands, Red Bull will be your overall Constructors champions with Dark and Shadows in P1 at the moment. But even then, Aston needed to be sort of a 1-2 to have any chance. So even without any Red Bull scoring points, it was still not going to be enough, unfortunately, this afternoon. So NATO in 4th on the soft compounded tyres, and they'll probably already be starting to feel a little bit shocking. So unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be NATO's night unless the guys up front really start scrapping. And Brian, as I said, he's lost nearly 5 seconds. I think he's just cost himself too much time. I think he needed to box 1 or 2 laps prior.
Yeah, and maybe save some of that battery. He
Yeah.
needed to, I think.
Yeah, I think it just hasn't worked, and now he's sort of leading the next train. So I think it was a good idea in hindsight, but I think with the position that he was in, I don't think he could have he couldn't afford to wait, especially because we saw how big of an undercut Buster took. So unfortunate. We'll keep an eye on it. As said, it is our first driver that picks up a 3-second time penalty, so could actually cost them quite a bit. You can see the big train behind them up down until P12. Battle Cats in some nice clear air in 13th, so Ali still lost the 1 driver. So A-Dog claiming the final points position at the moment in 15th. About 1.4 seconds behind Sam, who comes in. So Sam sort of just not the night. Obviously had damage lap 1, had to stop, so we'll probably go into a set of soft compounded tyres to the end. We'll be desperately hoping.
Fastest lap, let's say.
Yeah, problem is it's only for the top 10 that you get the fastest lap points, so it will take away from somebody, but
absolutely. Medi's currently got it.
Yeah, Medi does have it in 8, so we'll get that bonus championship point as we can see plenty of battles. Race swap for the lead again.
Train is just insane.
You don't know where to do it. Senna down the inside of eBay Boy. eBay Boy should have the better traction. No, it doesn't. It was Senna as contact.
They both get a wicked snap.
Oh, and we get the lovely aerial shot and barely not touching. There must have been the slightest bit of contact, but great hard racing between these two. Brian, thankfully for him, has gone off into the distance and is actually closing in a little bit on NATO. So got to use these medium tyres now as we have 10 laps left to run in our finale here in Intis Tier 2. Scott in, Batman, lucky enough to be able to call the action for this last Tier 2 race. It's been a good one so far, hasn't it, Batman? 2 separate trains, plenty of swapping for positions, and this battle for the lead is not going to be done until the last lap. I fear as that looked like it got close near the wall.
Yeah, no, it's been some really good close racing, but clean racing. Apart from the start of the race, no major incidents. So something we'd like
We
to see,
we
but
say
there's
that.
going to be anything to spice this up at the end.
Yeah, eBay Boy had a bit of a snapper, and this is getting not ugly, but I have a fear that it is going to end in tears for a couple of people. That Williams and McLaren got very close together, as that's a little bit wide from Kelly, and Prattman takes advantage of it on the hard compound tyres. It was the
They're all
late.
flashing like Christmas trees.
Yeah, exactly. They've all sort of burnt, but it's given us a good scrap. We haven't seen anyone in the wall just yet, and Prattman has the advantage on the youngest set of tyres. So it could be good if we stay green for the rest of this one. We have not had a safety car yet. We had one VSC at the start of the race. That's it. So it's been good to see. And Brian's actually closed in within another second of NATO as well.
He's on. Nader's on those softs. They're what?
Yeah. But in
They're
saying that,
7 laps old.
NATO hasn't
So,
actually. NATO hasn't exactly dropped off the back of the top three either. I think with these two continuing the fight, I think it's helping NATO and Brian just just hang in there a little bit. So as I said, don't count them out yet, as we're potentially going to go 3 wide. Medi takes the lead. Voida goes up into P7. Senna loses 2 spots. We got Callie on the inside of eBay Boy, but that switches to the outside and unfortunately cannot make that move stick. So, I don't know who to watch. We'll go with the Williams of Senna. And side by side, give me a better camera angle, please. Voida on the inside, and
eBay boys round.
and Callie is out.
And Callie has got killed in that.
And
Then the
safety car. Surely.
They went into that fast hander, and I just thought this is not going to end well.
Yep.
And then got a camera angle that I saw nothing.
And every single driver should be into this pit lane. As NATO picks up a 3-second time penalty, that could be a glitch, so we'll keep that in mind. Might be able to get that removed. Yeah, Brian has to come in. I think you all have to come in for the soft compounded tyres. Does anybody get held? That is going to be the question. You need a clear run. Brian, I think, got out of it fine. Battle Cat picks up a penalty, and yeah, that was coming in, so that should be removed as well. Shame that this pit lane's glitched if you don't completely get within the white lines.
It's only been a year. I think they could have fixed it by now.
Yeah, I know. As we'll see on board. Yeah, A-Dog took that very cautiously, but he's not really planning on moving positions. Oh, Bagnelli ran into the pit wall. I think I was more worried about him losing a wheel than losing getting the pen. Jerobot stays out, but he's at the back, so this safety car is going to be out for a couple of laps, so we'll be able to make a pit stop next lap to jump on a set of softs. Same as Swiss Lord.
Just catch up first.
Yeah, same as Swiss Lord. I think that with these guys, you need to put on a set of softs. Everybody in front's on softs. You'll just be nowhere on. Even if they're only 5-lap old medium tyres, you'll just sink to the bottom. So those guys will need to come in. But yeah, unfortunate for Callie, because we were watching that. I picked a battle. It was either going to be Voida and I think it was Medi, either Voida or Medi, or the Callie eBay battle, one or the other. And I picked the wrong battle, unfortunately.
All 3 of them going at it. So I don't know what happened there. If they made contact or if he just sort of. But eBay boy went round as well. So I believe that it was too many in one corner, be my guess.
Yeah, unfortunate there. So that's all right. We'll move past it as we have a rest in proceedings under our first safety car. So it's pretty much going to be about a 6 lap sprint. Let it be from Dark and Shadows. NATO has a 3-second time penalty. We think that can get removed because it was the pit entry glitch. Senna is a legit penalty. Battle Cat, I think, is a pit lane glitch. And Bang, I think is a real penalty. So don't count NATO out of this, even though he's got the flag next to his name. I think he might be able to get that removed, same as the Battle Cat. But
Swiss Lord, the only one stays out the 6-lap medium, so
wait,
gonna regret that, I think.
safety cars breed safety cars, so you never know. We might get another one.
Yeah. Hopefully not. We'll go in next lap.
So Senna's actually been a big winner out of this. He's moved up into P6 and he's right behind the Brian NATO battle. So, who are we thinking that can win this final race? Obviously, it's pretty much between Letter P and Dark and Shadow swapping for positions out front. Buster's now in there on the same age tyres. NATO and Brian as well. Brian's actually on a tyre that's matching the top guys. Remember, he was started on the hard compounder tyres, so he had a disadvantage. How is he going to go on these soft tyres? But he's 5th in the train.
I'm gonna put Brian for the win with a Buster and Darkened as your top 3.
So you think there's going to be an issue for the letter P?
I wouldn't say necessarily an issue, but you know, he's at the front of the train.
True, but that's
always the best place to be.
Maybe that's
you don't
three.
always
That's
want
three.
to be in the lead at the end. So.
Yeah, true. But no DRS for the first 2 laps, remember? So
True.
That's
Which
right.
is going to change next season. That's going to take a while for us to get used to.
Yeah, exactly. But that will provide better, little bit better action, obviously, because the field's going to be a little bit closer after only 1 lap. So it should be interesting. But letter P takes control of the field. Surely just a clean exit out of the final corner should be your getaway, because the start-finish line isn't too far ahead of the corner. As you can see, he's gone out of the final corner. Lap 24 of 29, our final race here into Tier 2 of the season. We've got 6 laps remaining, and it's the letter P by half a second over Dark and Shadow. Buster in P3, Nato in P4. Bang and A-Dog have passed in turn number 1. Sam has passed A-Dog as well. So A-Dog having a bit of a poor restart, as we've got Prattman.
He is on a charge.
Yeah, we'll bring up the positions. We know everyone's on the set of the soft compounder tyres pretty much, and Prattman up 11 spots. You can see Brian moving out, getting a bit of clear air, nowhere near a chance of an overtake down the inside of NATO. But it's getting close. So everybody will have DRS when it activates in a lap and a half's time. As I'm watching...
Brian looking for the move on NATO.
He desperately wants this move.
It's just fake the move. He's saying, get out the way, mate, let me go.
Oh, eBay and Battlecat fighting side by side. And it is eBay more down the inside at turn 10, so keeps that position. So it's getting very, very close. As I said, 1 more lap before DRS gets enabled. Letter P has held the restart well and is pushing fastest lap of the race, 24.029. And they've nearly dropped Buster. He desperately needs to hold on for another lap. But you can see the battery burnt already used.
Right on the back of Senna.
Yeah, we've seen now these two go. We've lost Sam. That is another safety car, and that is your overall Constructors Championship done. It is now confirmed. Red Bull will be your Season 6 overall Constructors with that retirement. You needed both Astons to be right up the top, unfortunately, with Sam's retirement. That is done and dusted. Obviously, provisional rots in P3, but Tim here will be a very, very happy man, being that he has claimed the overall Constructors. Wayne the Aston TP, unfortunate, but he's been a fantastic competitor all season long. But it is the Red Bull car that will be your champions of Season 6.
Congratulations to them. Wayne, congrats for putting up a good fight. Do it all again next season.
Yeah, it's good to see an overall actually go to the last round. Obviously, not quite the last race, but Definitely the last round. It was always going to be a tough ask, 60 points coming into the final round, and then obviously just Aston's race did not go to plan last night, unfortunately. Add another 20 points, it was always going to be a massive effort tonight with Medi and Sam. So, really unfortunate. Sam obviously stepping in as the reserve. Not sure what happened with Sam's retirement, if that was just self-inflicted or if he did have slight contact, not sure. But yeah, unfortunately, I believe that's our final championship wrapped up as well. We have got provisional results. Ferrari's taken Tier 3 Constructors, but there are a couple of reports that could change the results, so I don't want to claim that just yet, but it's going to be Matty and Red Bull in Tier 2 when we finish tonight. KLX and Alpha Romeo, I believe, for Tier 1. I'll have a quick look now. So, yeah, KLX is your Tier 1 champion. Mercedes are your Tier 1 Constructors champions. Tier 2, it's Matty, your drivers, and Red Bull, your constructors. And in Tier 3, at the moment, provisionally, Tetris, I think he's safe no matter what. He wins your Tier 3 drivers champion. And then it's Ferrari at the moment, but as I said, that's provisional. It's only 1 point, and there are reports, so I'll hold on that. But it's either going to be Ferrari or Williams will be your Tier 3 constructors. So, congratulations to all those drivers, all those teams. They've worked hard. Fantastic race we've seen all season long, and yeah, let's end it on a high. We're going to have a 3-lap sprint, I think. No, 2-lap sprint. Safety car, I don't think will be in this lap. So we'll have.
They're all caught up.
Yeah, safety car lights are still. No, safety car lights are still on. So I think we'll stay out one more lap. So we'll have a 2-lap sprint, no safety cars. Sorry, no DRS, I should say. And yeah, it should be an interesting one. As someone, I don't think Buster trying to maybe just bait a couple of people to pit. But Buster, it'd be good if Buster can hold on to P3. He's done a great race all race long. He got the undercut, moved up into the lead for that brief moment. Just doesn't quite have the paces as the top two, but he should have enough to keep Nat O'Brien behind, hopefully, and then he can round out his sort of farewell race, as we sort of call it, with the podium. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
So again, thanks everybody who's joining us tonight and throughout the season. Obviously, we've got one more race tomorrow. Not sure who's on comms for that. Could be our mighty duo of Marty B and Barosef. You'll find that out tomorrow afternoon. But
surely they have to close it out.
Surely they have to close it out, so we'll wait and see. Genesis, the king of comms of Tier 3. Wayne's obviously helped when he could as well, so big thank you to both of them with all the comms in Tier 3. And then obviously the guys that have sort of had a bit of a rotation in Tier 2, myself, and you've joined me tonight. We've had Jerobot in here. Devastator has jumped in a couple of races as well. Powers has joined us as well. Luke Porticellary joined me last week for Austria's endurance. So again, big thank you to all comms that have worked tirelessly throughout the season and brought you great action all season long. So we've got about 31 racing laps and 18 minutes of qualifying left for the season, and it is going to be the letter P who will take you through the final 2 laps of this race. Currently in the lead, I don't know who's going to win this. Dark and Shadow.
I can pick it now. Hope it's clean.
Dark and Shadows could be having a little bit of advantage. There's no DRS, so it's going to be pure top speed ERS usage down. You'd imagine at the middle chicane, turn 6. That's probably the best bet you're going to overtake. But does he want to do it on the second last lap or the last lap? Letter P has gone. We have 2 laps remaining of Tier 2 this season. and has gotten away to a brilliant jump. It's Buster that could be struggling a little bit. Nato's really caught behind, and remember, Nato's penalty could be removed because it looked like the pit lane glitch. So we've got a battle for P1 and we've got a battle potentially for P3 with Brian in close, as well as Medi going down the inside of centre. He sticks the nose up there. Does he get the better traction? No, he'll go to centre. So
now he's going to have Prattman.
yeah, that sort of
Getting a nice run on him as well.
sort of hurt, and I think
Can't see anything.
yeah, and I think Medi had to burn a bit of battery to sort of get that, to sort of hold that position, as we got a couple of positions changing further back. But at the moment, it's about a half-second lead at the moment. Ledepe's got a lap and a half left to do. As we come into turn 9, when does Darkin sends a move down the inside? Oh, that got very close. Ledepe still holds. It was a late movement to the inside. You can sort of do that with sort of how turn 9 is. And Darkened Shadows, that could be a place that he looks. He's tried to just hold enough ERS for the final lap. As we go under the hotel for the second last time. As Buster, I think, is safe in P3 because Nato's now having to cover from Brian as Senna sends the move down the inside. At the last corner, nothing happened. Brian able to cover that off. But you sort of send a lunge and it leaves you vulnerable to the car behind.
Yeah,
Buster's out by 1 second, so it's got to be the battle for the top two. And it's going to be Darkened Shadows. You'd imagine it's either going to be at turn 6 or turn 9 the move's going to be done. And he's really close. Darkened Shadow, it's going to be the letter P. Darkened Shadow might get letter P to move all his battery. Letter P goes to the left, but then the right. So he's going to allow Darkened Shadows to have the exit into turn number 6. Actually, that was a nice line. Letter P trying to switch back right on board. Does Darkened Shadows have a little bit too much? Both drivers must be on the battery. You can see the Red Bull flashing. But I think that might have been the last chance scenario as Nato tries to go around the outside. Can Buster hold on? You can see the Alpine flashing. And NATO, from the death, I think will get it done. There's contact. Letter P is half around. So they've gone side by side. Letter P's tried to stick the nose up there. It looked up there far enough, but a little bit of a wiggle as we come around into the final corner. Darkened Shadows will be your last race winner this season. Fantastic effort. Letter P in P2, Buster in P3, Brian in P4. Nato might be up there somewhere if he can get the penalty removed. Brian in P4. Medi, great effort after being stuck in that midfield train for the majority of that race up into P5. Prattman from the back of the field, if you don't mind, putting up a sit-up late, moving from the back of the field to P6. Fantastic effort from them.
That'd be my driver of the day, I think. We agree with the game there.
Yeah, I think in agreements with you. I said Prattman, fantastic job from the back. But it's Darkened Shadows. We've seen him on the top step of the podium quite a few times, and that is it as well. As I quickly have a look, how many wins has he actually had? So yeah, this is his 6th win this season, Darkened Shadows. So fantastic effort. Buster at the time, for the time being, will claim his 2nd podium of the season. As I said, Nato may be able to get that removed, but we'll still have a chat to Buster anyway. Want to have a chat to him in his farewell race. But looking at your results, Darkened Shadows, letter P, a little bit of contact at turn 12, but fantastic effort. He still gets the fastest lap. So that's 21 points for the letter P in the Alfa Romeo. Buster in P3, great podium. Brian just missing out by under half a second. Medi in P5. Prattman, your driver of the day from the back of the field in P6. Granny, Nato, eBay Boy, and Voida Cornet rounds out our top 10. Senna drops to P11 after that 3-second penalty. Battlecat in P12, Bang in 13th. Jerabot in 14th. Swisslord in 15th. A-Dog in 16th. And then unfortunately our 3 retirements, Sam, Callie, and Marty B. Shame if that is the case, But
Definitely try and want to get Darkin and Buster in here. Someone just asking for a Discord link in the chat.
yeah, so obviously we'll get them in. But while we do that, great, great battle from the guys, and as I said, I think it was a fantastic effort.
That was a really enjoyable race and some really nice, good close action. And it just like that DRS train makes it really hard to overtake, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
I think it's
especially
one of those tracks where you don't want to be in the lead until the end.
yeah. But in saying that, I think Dark and Shadows just had a really good exit off the middle chicane, but then obviously Letter P was quicker through turn 9. We thought that battle was sort of over as we were watching the battle for P3, but obviously had a nose down the inside at turn 12. You normally don't see it there. As I want that particular image, there we go. As I'm trying to get that sorted as we bring the guys into the comms box. There we go. So as you can see on the screen, Red Bull is your inter season 6 constructors champions. I said fantastic result from Timmy and all the boys. Tier 2's been really strong for Red Bull. Maddie in Dark and Shadows. Pretty much been the pick of the drivers as Tier 1. Seal Pill, third in the championship as well. Bambi, from his 7 races, picks up vital points. And then obviously in Tier 3, it is Bang and Timmy obviously joining late, but I think Senna was in that car as well, a couple other people as well, but it's been a fine drive throughout all drivers that have raced for Red Bull this season, and as I said, it's well deserved for them to pick up the the constructors champion. As who are we waiting on? I'll
Sure
get.
if anyone's joined yet, have they?
We'll get that. We got Letter P. We got
No.
Buster.
Buster. Cool.
Timmy, if you can hear us, we'll get you in here as well, being that you're the overall constructors as well. And who else do we need? Dark and Shadows as well. Got Tim in here, so we might start with our P3 while we're just waiting for our winner. Buster, we sort of know that this was your farewell race for a while, but
Hey guys.
what a way to close out your season with a podium. Obviously, Nada got the penalty. Not sure if he'll be able to get that removed or not. But for yourself, you had a fantastic race, staying with the top 2. Not quite having the pace, but as I said, fantastic final race for you, podium.
Cheers, Scotty. Cheers, Scotty. Yeah, nah, it's good to go off with a bang. Just need a break for a while, so I'll be missing a season or 2, but I'll be back. But yeah, just need a break. So it's good to go off with a bang like that. Good race. The other 2 just had a bit too much pace, straight line. I was just burning to try and keep up, but nonetheless, great race, great season. It's been fun, bro.
Yeah, you made the undercut work very nicely tonight. We're sort of surprised that you sort of grabbed the lead. Unfortunately, the other Alfa Romeo did quite a nice job blocking you in the turn 2.
Battle Cat, just coasting them corners a bit. The Alfa Romeo teamwork there. I reckon I would have got maybe a second and a half, 2-second lead if Battle Cat wasn't there. But nah, that was good teamwork from them. But no, it was a good race altogether. All just stuck, all race just stuck together. Spewing about them late safety cars, but no, it was a good race, and well done to the 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I think looking at the standings, it'll be P4 for you. I don't think you'll quite close up to Medi, but P4 for yourself.
Darkin got a good points, so I think P4 finish in the season, so pretty happy with that.
Yeah, but P2 and Tier 2 as well for Alpine as well. Obviously, Sam retirement, Medi down in, I think, P5, but you'll retain P2 and the Tier 2 constructors. How does that feel? Obviously, Red Bull, very strong, especially with Dark and Shadows coming in, but you guys have been ultra consistent this season, 5 podiums, so how's
Yeah,
that
got
been
to
for you?
thank Daniel for that start that we had, and now we got to thank Voider for the finish that we've had. So the two guys that I've had racing with me, it's been great. First season TP, so yeah, to get second, a top 3 in the constructors like that, and we're battling for sixth, fifth in the overall constructors battle also. So for the first season, yeah, we're not last. Pretty happy.
Yeah, no, you guys have done really well in yourself. You've driven a magnificent season, a second podium for yourself this season. And, yeah, obviously sad to see you go, but obviously once you've had that break and then come back, it'll be
Yeah,
lovely
I'll
to
still
have you
be
back on
around, guys.
track.
I'll still
Yeah,
be around.
but yeah, no, congratulations, Buster, on your drive tonight and your season as well.
Cheers, guys. Well done on the
Yeah,
Red Bull team
quick
too.
shout out from me and myself, Batman here, mate.
Hey, Batman. Cheers, brother.
Always a pleasure watching you race, mate.
You
Great
too,
race
bro. You
tonight,
too.
and you take care of yourself, brother.
You too. I'll see you guys around, boys. Thank you. Up the Alpine, lads.
See you, mate.
Yeah,
See you guys.
cheers to Buster. Batman, do you want to have a chat to our P2? Letter P just missing out on that P1 tonight.
Yeah,
P, how are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, man. That was a really entertaining race to watch. Obviously, you and Dark and just battling out to and fro, changing positions throughout the entirety of the race. Just run us through how it all went. If that safety car was what you wanted, or and so on.
Oh, the safety car was kind of what I wanted. I was a bit low on fuel at the end of that.
Oh,
I was just fully focused throughout the whole race and didn't even think to check my fuel. Anyway, very intense race, yes. I was just wanted that race win so bad. I was just diving down the inside whenever I could just to stay in that lead for as long as I could. And when the safety car came out, I was like, oh, okay, this has got a twist to it. This might happen. And then the second safety car came out. I was like, oh, no DRS. Just had to save up that ERS, but unfortunately, I couldn't get to Dark and Shadows quick enough. He was just so fast in the straights.
well, congratulations on the P2 anyway. It's obviously a P1, but still a good way to finish the season with a nice, strong result in your final race
Yeah,
on this
very good
game.
race.
So, yeah, I hope to see you again next season. And
Yep,
thoughts on the new game while you're there?
getting ready to start my sophomore season at Inters.
Cool, bro.
Thank you.
Well, take care, mate.
You too.
All right, so thanks for the letter P for great race from himself as well, P2. Unable to be joined, I think, from Dark and Shadows, but just a quick word on um, his race. Obviously, P1, sixth win of the season, and you'd imagine if he didn't join so late, he could have been fighting his teammate for that P1 in the championship.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. So, hopefully he's gonna come out next season and go and fight for a championship, which we would love to see.
Yeah, and having a look at the standings, obviously, Matty not racing tonight. Just a quick number cruncher. Would have moved to within 9 points of Matty tonight, and he did 3 less races. So that's sort of the pace that Dark and Shadows has, and maybe potentially, if he can do a Sunday afternoon, may actually be called up for Tier 1 with sort of how pacey he's been all season. So, but nevertheless, a great result, great mover again on the final lap to get the position and able to hold it as well. So fantastic result for Dark and Shadow, and hopefully we can see him back next season to conquer once again. But now we will switch to our overall constructors TP. Timmy, it's been a hell of a fight between you and Wayne these last 3-4 weeks. We've sort of seen it in all the chats, but you knew you didn't need a hell of a lot right to go sort of your way. You knew that you could have a bit of a poor race and still win it tonight, but once Sammy crashed out, it was pretty much all over then. And Timmy, how does it feel being season 6 overall constructors champions?
Yeah, it's obviously it's huge for us. Yeah, as you mentioned, it's been a tough fight. Wayne, he's been chasing our tails. We've been chasing his tail very closely, probably since the halfway point of the season. I think it's only been us two switching around up the top. It hasn't been much in it. I think the gap got to was 31 or 32 points. You know, we held it by 1 or 2 points there for a little while, but yeah, it's been massive. As you mentioned, we knew we were coming into this race in a pretty good spot after last night with the double DNF of the Aston Martins there. So we knew we didn't have to push it too hard. But Dark, he was determined to go out with a bang. He wanted to win that race. And I think he was a little bit disappointed with that safety car, as you mentioned there at the end. Well, I was in the comms chat with him. We're just talking throughout the race. You know, he was pretty calm and he was pretty gutted when that safety car came out. He wasn't too happy. And then I think we only got about maybe half a lap of racing or something. And then there was another one, I think. So yeah, he was pretty gutted when he knew it was going to come down to a bit of an ERS battle there. But I think he done it really well. He obviously played smart. He did what he needed to do. And couldn't be happier with him going out there and getting a win in a race we didn't even need that win for.
Yeah, he's been ultra. It must have been a fantastic pickup for you. Obviously, Dark and Shadows coming in I think round 4, round 5, something like that, and it's pretty much nearly absolutely dominated every race he's been in so far.
Yeah, well, I actually, I said, oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't pick him up because I thought he was going to get moved to Tier 1 after about the first race, and he stayed there for another 3 races. So then I went, you know, if he's going to stay here, I'm going to take him. No one else is doing it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why everyone slept on him so much, but it worked out great for me, obviously.
Yeah, and obviously, Maddie picking up your Tier 2 Drivers Champion, obviously missing out on some of the other championships, unfortunately, not by a whole ton, but at least you get a Drivers Champion with Maddie, and Maddie's been superb all season, ultra consistent. I think only the one win as well, so he hasn't had his own way up front, but it's just that ultra consistency that we saw from him early on that has helped win that Drivers Championship in Tier 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had to fight for it, and yeah, he's obviously. I think he missed a race or two in there as well. So, you know, that was a bit of a put him on the back foot for a little bit because he come back and then he was kind of on the back foot there for a little bit. But yeah, he did what he needed to do, and our fight is obviously tomorrow with Chillpill trying to get a P2 in that Tier 1 championship.
Yeah, and he's obviously been ultra. He's been very quick, and yeah, looking forward to see how he does. But do you think he can go back to back next season? Obviously, new game, so we're sort of all in a sort of don't know where everybody's pace will be. So, how confident are you feeling that you can get the team assembled once again to challenge for the overall in season 7?
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. I'm still up and iron about continuing on, but winning the overall does obviously give you a side of joy and that little bit of drive to go out there and try and defend that championship again. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for those who have played the game. It's something. I don't even know what to describe it, really. Yeah. But it's not let's just say it's not F1 because it's really not at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, you're going to maybe see with the new driving style that you're going to have to need, where you've got to be super aggressive now on the wheel. Some of these guys who are a bit slower, they might turn out to be the top dogs with this new driving style that's coming in.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the preseason races are going to be definitely something to watch. If whoever are the TPs, I think they're going to have to really keep their eye on those preseason races because that's going to be a big telltale sign, I think. And I know a lot of the people don't tune into them because they are just a preseason race. But I think if you are the TP, you're gonna have to tune into them and just watch them because it's gonna be a completely different season next season, I think.
Yeah, I think so, and hopefully for the better in some ways. So
yeah, well, hopefully,
change things up completely, which would be quite cool to see.
Hopefully, I can just win every race quite comfortably. So yeah.
That would be nice until I hear that controller's about a second and a half slower than wheel, so that makes me ultra nervous.
There's that as well. There's that as well, and then you just got to wonder, obviously, as I mentioned about the driving style, if they decide to fix that up halfway through the season, what's it going to do to the drivers who are adapt and used to that system they've got? If they completely change it to a system we
I
have
think
now,
if they change it, they need to do it like at the beginning.
very early in that season. Yeah.
So, but anyway, congratulations, mate. Another chip in the bag, so you'd be a happy man.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the off season, and not that there'll be much of it because we'll be straight into the new one trying to understand that. But wish you all the well for the future. And any final words from you there, Scotty?
No, it's sort of we've sort of seen the battle between Timmy and Wayne, but as it was a fantastic battle we've seen second half of the season, and Timmy, obviously, big congratulations from me for picking up the overall constructors. All right, so we will wrap things up now. Batman, thank you very much for joining me for the final round tonight. Lovely coming with you as
Mate.
always.
Happy to help you out. You've done the same for me, so at the end of the day, we're just one big community, so we'll help each other, and that's how we strive and build ourselves the way we do.
Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, big thank you to you, and big thank you again to all the comms and admin, stewards, all the guys that have put their hard-earned effort into helping running the league. As I said, you need a community, and a good community as well to run a league. So big thanks to all those guys, and yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. Apologies for the midstream dropout. So hopefully that got fixed in the end. Weren't dropping frames in the second half of the race, which was good because we actually saw a bit of a cracker into that Tier 2 race. So one more race left to go, and that's going to be Tier 1 tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Yours truly will be racing in it, hopefully for a good result. But I think it's going to be the fight up front. KLX has won the Drivers' Championship. Mercedes has won the Tier 1 Constructors. It's all about pride. And as Timmy said earlier, you've got Seal Peel trying to pinch that Tier 2. That P2 from Yusuf. It's only 1 point between the two drivers, so a couple of close battles to look out for. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we'll catch you for the final race of Season 6 tomorrow night at 5 o'clock on the Inters channel. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.